A lot of you come to my videos looking for guidance, laughter, and insight. Maybe that connection you and your dad once had, but now it ain't so good no more. But this ain't one of those videos. This is a serious video. The most serious topic I've ever had to cover on my channel. And that topic is adaptation. The year is 1993. A chunky Polak is born and given an Irish name. But a few months prior to that, the first ever video game movie adaptation is released in theaters. So I guess you could say it was a pretty good year for all of us. Unfortunately, the Super Mario Bros. Movie was deemed a commercial conversions. It was deemed a commercial. Oh my god, why is that word so fucking hard to say? Deemed a commercial.
Failure! You're still a failure!
But if Mario taught us anything other than how to long jump into a princess's DMs, it's that adaptation is hard. Every time a book is turned into a movie, that's an adaptation. Every time a game is turned into a book, that's an adaptation. Every time a man is turned into a woman, that's a transition. That's totally different. Not what we're talking about. Exhibit A, Lord of the Rings. In the Fellowship of the Ring, when Gandalf Hitler gives Frodo the Ring of Power, he tells him to set his Twitch stream up and speedrun his way up to Mordor, and it'll catch up after he breaks his PR. In the book, however, Frodo is given the Ring of Power and waits 17 years before even leaving the goddamn Shire. So why wasn't this incorporated in the movie? Well, a few reasons. One, it's boring as shit, and two, it kills the pacing of the movie. Exhibit B, The Last of Us, HBO series. In the show, Bill and Frank have a love story that will absolutely melt your heart. Yeah. But in the game, Frank is found dead from suicide, and exploring the area, you'll find a note that reveals that Frank hated Bill's guts. So now we reach a fork in the road. Do we accept the story that makes more sense to the game, or the story that makes more sense to the film adaptation? Well, both. Both versions serve a purpose to the story, but only work in their respective mediums. When we play the game, we only care about the moments at hand. If it ain't got nothing to do with Joel, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Characters are disposable, and death kinda has no meaning unless they're a main or a side character. But when we watch the show, even nameless characters' deaths have weight behind it. Alright, retard, what are you talking about? Take this scene for example. In the game, when Sam is bitten and turned into an infected, his older brother Henry kills him and then immediately kills himself. The scene plays out exactly the same in the show and yields the same exact emotional results from the audience. In the game, our journey and our actions have a direct connection between Joel and Henry and Ellie and Sam, and therefore, we give a shit about them. In the show, they spend a massive amount of time on screen so the audience can acclimate to their character and their story. We learn everything about their story, and by the end of it, we can empathize with Henry's actions. When Henry and Sam died in the TV show, nothing needed to be changed because both forms of media were able to replicate the connection we felt prior to their deaths. Okay, so let's look at some nameless characters. Throughout the game, when Joel is fucking slaughtering survivors left and right, there's really no emotional impact on my end. I'm not really feeling it. Characters are disposable in most video games. It just kinda is what it is. But when Kathleen executes these people in the show who are ratting out the resistance to Fedra for medicine, my heart dropped. Empathy for these characters is created within mere seconds. Adaptations with slight variations are acceptable as long as they serve a purpose to the plot or reinforce the character's motivation and choices. I'm here, painstakingly editing this video, not because of the Super Mario Bros. Movie or because of The Last of Us. I'm here because of Twisted Metal.
From the upcoming Peacock series Twisted Metal, and it's a heaping load of trash that the majority of the internet isn't too happy with.
Who's this jerk off? Bring back this dude. It's a game solely based on vehicular combat that I played twice at a friend's house. And throughout the later installments, the game only got fucking weirder. In the 2012 version of Twisted Metal on the PS3, there is a level where you have to go into Sweet Tooth's version of a Jawa sandcrawler and shoot clowns that are holding chainsaws in this pinball level, and if you hit enough of the fucking pins and kill enough of the clowns, you gotta catch the ramp into the clown's nose, and then the teeth open up, and then you gotta drive through this fucking gauntlet, and then when you get to the top of the gauntlet, you swap from a fucking car to a helicopter, and then you gotta use a magnet on the helicopter to go pick up ice cream trucks to drop them on a clown head that's on fire that's hanging from a crane. In the TV show trailer, Sweet Tooth throws John Doe into a slot machine and starts singing the thong song.
Let me see that thong.
Like it when the beat go.
Da-da-da-da.
Baby, let your booty go.
Da-da-da-da.
Girl, I know you want to show.
Da-da-da-da.
The thong, the thong, thong, thong.
With the exception of Metal Gear Solid, I don't ever want to watch a video game. The same way I don't want to be actively involved in a TV show to the point where I'm making decisions for the characters or one of these. Everyone is so critical, particularly when it comes to video game adaptations, but like right now, I feel like we've been on such a weird winning streak where you're kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Dude, you see this shit? Like, even the fucking animation for Cyberpunk was a finished product that released. Like, they released the animated version of the show as a finished product over the game. That's insane. The key takeaway is how you deliver fun and compelling content while also staying true to the source material. The key word here is expansion pack. It's significantly easier to write a story for a game when the movie has already laid out the foundation and building blocks for the story. Writing a story for characters outside of their game is often met with one thing: limitation. There's a good reason why Bob Hoskins from the original Super Mario Bros. Movie is not triple jumping over bullet bills, and that reason is really simple. It's because bullet bills are not real people. Remember what I said about adaptations a few seconds ago? Twisted Metal is all about fast, destructive cars and shooting each other and fucking turning their own chainsaws and turning into goddamn Gundams. TV show probably won't do that. Is it wrong? Not really. Is it bad? I don't know, man. Should I be the spokesperson for production value? Yes. As long as they're expanding on the characters and the world around them, I think it will add an embellishment to the previous games. If you want to watch the video that everyone's been enjoying and blowing up my phone for, it's this one right here. But if you want to watch the one I recently uploaded before this that I really enjoy, is this one right up here. Guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm looking forward to making more. I'm not just a gaming channel. I'll make more shit, you know. But that A$AP Rock stuff just takes too long. So I'll get around to it again. But right now it's so hard to edit those videos. It's not a joke. It is so goddamn time consuming. But I'll get around to them when I get around to them. All right, see ya.